What is going on, guys? Carter here with Edge Mindset. We're taking a look at this Forever Steel Dracula. Now, this is not a review. We're not going to talk about this knife. We're going to take this thing apart. And you may be asking, why are you so excited to take apart a knife? That's because I got a lot of comments on this of people absolutely terrified to take it apart. The reason for that is this is an integral, right? So it doesn't have two slabs being held together where you can just kind of disassemble the whole thing. This handle is one solid piece of titanium, so everything has to slide in and finagle in and things like that. But even more so is the fact that this is a button lock. So it has a plunge with a spring inside here, and button locks can be a little trickier than liner or frame locks in general, and you throw in the integral frame here, and it potentially makes it near impossible, right? Or at least that's what some people think. I am going to posit, yes, I said posit, I am going to posit that this is going to be relatively easy to disassemble and put back together. I haven't done it yet. This is all theoretical with just me looking at it and, trying to think, like, will it be easy? So we're going to do it together. We're going to see how that goes. Now, some people pointed out, and I quickly found out, that this does, in fact, have a tool underneath the main piece of foam right here. You've got some goodies. So I'll show those off right now. You've got a titanium, like dog tag type thing, says Forever Steel Dracula, and it's got like a weird bat logo thing here. Kind of cool. I mean, I don't think I would ever wear that, but kind of neat to have this. It's all anodized with like lightning anodization, kind of. Not quite, but some sort of cool apocalyptic anodization there. And then you've got the tool right here, which is very, very cool. And then a little piece of cardboard that just says FS ForeverSteelEDC.com. So those are some goodies that are in the bottom of the thing here. So let's open up this tool and see what we're looking at here. I assume that this is probably steel, right? Not titanium. Yep, steel. I've already got this preloaded. I don't know why they went with, I don't know. I'm not a big tool guy. I might be missing something, but they didn't do your standard like hex size that would go on a normal tool. So I've had to use this adapter here on this guy, and it's still a little bit awkward, but let's give it a try. So here's my plan of attack. Here's what I'm envisioning. We'll see how close it is. I'm going to pop this pivot out. I'm assuming this pivot comes out. And then what I'm thinking is going to happen is this whole assembly underneath it, see this gray right there? That should lift out, and I believe that's what's keeping the button in. And then the button should be not removable. We would have to remove the actual pivot barrel and then slide the blade out, and then we can remove the button. But let's see. Let's see what we have. Okay, no Loctite. Interesting, because this has not backed out at all. It hasn't loosened up at all. I thought it would be pretty snug, but that's not the case. So, ooh, interesting. What is that? It's got like a, I don't know, like a rubber gasket, but then maybe that's what keeps this kind of snug, is this rubber gasket there. That's kind of odd shaped. It's not a full circle and doesn't cover the full thing here. So interesting. All right. Now what do we do? Maybe release that tension there. Can we push this pivot out? Or maybe does this come out? Let's see. Let's try to... Yeah, who could have figured out that this isn't going to be as easy as I thought it would be? Okay, so this is the style similar to the Excalibur, where there is a piece kind of holding this in. And so this is the multi-row bearing system. Kind of interesting right there with some heavy, heavy grease. So we're going to want to lube this up with something a little bit thinner. Let me put this... I'll just put it up here. So now we have this whole pivot piece kind of exposed. We can probably push this out, I think. No? A little bit. It's trying to. Let's see. I need, per usual, I am not prepared with proper tools. I really need to invest in some sort of plastic wedge type thing. Okay. I am a little bit... I mean, I'm getting some movement here. See, this is moving... This is kind of moving out, but it's not wanting to Okay, here we go. Here is this assembly right here. So this does in fact lift completely out. We'll throw this right here. Here is the button, which is not going to come out because I've got to get this pivot assembly out. Do you think, does it not push out? Do I have to unscrew the other side? That seems odd. Oh man, it is popping out a little bit. I don't know if it's getting caught or if I have to do something else. Don't cut yourself. All right. Let's try this. Let's just see what happens here. No, this is not... Okay, it is unscrewing. This doesn't make sense though. Like I shouldn't have to... Dang it, I thought this was going to be easy. I shouldn't have to unscrew that because either way, I mean, that wouldn't be preventing this from coming out. I can't get this guy out. Why? Why? That should be fine. Let's see here. As you can see, I mean, I don't know, that's bizarre. I'm getting movement. I mean, it's not completely like captured or anything. It does have a D-ring. Wait, does it? Maybe not. Okay. All right, comment down below. What are your ideas? Should I just try to pound this out? I'm reluctant to. I don't know why this would not push out here. It just really is not. All right, we'll unscrew this. This one does have a little bit of resistance on it, but not much. If anything, maybe just to... Oh. I think I know why. Okay. Oh, geez. So I think it's got to come out this way, which is why. So... What do I want to do here? Thanks for hanging out, guys. Really appreciate it. Appreciate all the support. You guys are awesome. Yeah. So that's why it's got to come out the front. So when I put this back together, okay, yeah, when I put it back together, I just got to do it that way. That's fine. That is fine. Let me screw this on. Is this? It does have like a little D-ring thing right there. And that is what's preventing it from pushing through this side, I assume. Yeah, that's why, because it's got the little thingy bobber right there. We've got the steel insert in there, and then now we can take this out, and we've got the spring. Does this have to go in a certain way? I don't think so. I think this can go any way, so I could, I guess, reposition that. And then that's the spring. Okay, there it is, all taken apart. All right, guys, catch you later. No, just kidding. We'll put it back together. We'll put it back together. Taking it apart is always like the easiest part of it, right? So let's get this cleaned up here. Thanks for hanging out. By the way, should have said this at the beginning. By the way, you can always put videos on like 1.25 or 1.5 speed, right? Like if you're ever watching a video and it's going a little slower, maybe the person's talking a little slow, or he's, he didn't speed up parts, like bumbling around, trying to make sure these balls ain't coming out. That's what she said. Bumbling around and all that kind of stuff. You can put it on 1.25, 1.5 speed and kind of make it run a little bit quicker. I'm not sure if I'm going to... if I'm going to do editing on this. I'm going to have to watch it and see what I think. But okay. Now the trick here is to put this back together before I forget how to do it. What I'm going to use is heavy KPL. It's probably my favorite oil. Not that take that with a grain of salt. I'm not a big lubrication guy. I haven't tried a bunch. I've tried a few. I've tried KPL quite a bit. I actually like the heavy more than the regular. Okay. All right. So, who can remember how to do this? So we've got to put the button in first, right? Button in first. It presses all the way in. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Now we've got to... Okay. Here's where it's going to get a little bit tricky. So now we need to get some paper towel. Let's just get this all nice and lubed up. I don't want to... Normally I would just put it together and then put the lubrication in just directly after it's assembled, but because this button lock has had some stick and things like that, I don't really want to do that. So let's put that in. Let's get something to push this in place. Okay, so now we have that seated. Now we've got to put the blade in like that. And then now, now we've got to release some of that pressure. Now we got to put this collar on, if we can, which goes this way, I think. Or does this go under? No. Right? Okay, son of a bitch. Does this slide over? I can't remember. Yes. Yeah, it's got to be this way, right? Who remembers? Oh my gosh. Yeah, because if we don't do that, then this would just pop out. This is what's keeping it captured. So yes, that's what we got to do. And what I'm going to do now is put that on first. Then we will do this and go like that. And then we'll put this in, and then we'll take this, point that up. And here's the tricky part. We've got to figure out how to finagle this to go all the way through. Is it? Oh, there we go. Okay, so now that that's all the way through, son of a bitch, we already messed up. Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. It's all good, right? Like that's why we do this. I forgot to put the bearing in there because that's important. Got to put the bearing in there. We got to put the oil on there. We put in the other side. Lube it up a little. Put it over here. Lube it up a little. You know what I didn't do that I just realized? I took this whole thing apart and I didn't clean up the button or any of the lock surfaces or... Oh, man. Oh, gosh. Son of a bitch. You know, this really isn't that bad. It's more of a... Oh, no. Okay. Maybe it is that bad. Maybe... Why is that like that? Okay. That goes like that. That goes like that. Okay. Honestly, the most uncomfortable thing is keeping this stupid button pressed down while I keep messing everything up. And then the button got out of whack there. Okay. Slide that in. Put that on. Put this on. Take this. Find the stupid top thing. Okay. Okay. All right. Now we're good, right? I think we're good. I think we are good. Put this in. A little bit cross-threaded there. Nobody had to see that. That's all good. It's fine. Uh-oh. What's going on? Oh my gosh, I thought I was like free and clear. It seemed so good. The button will not depress. There's got to be... there's got to be something like blade is seated correctly. The button just will not go all the way. Okay, wait a minute. Man, I really thought this wasn't going to be that bad. What's happening here? Because on one hand, like the button isn't going in enough, but I mean, I guess that's just the issue. Why is it not going in enough? Why? Why? I mean, I guess I could take this opportunity to do that cleaning that I was talking about. Since I've got to take this all apart anyways. Now I'm thinking there's got to be... Well, wait a minute. The reason that wouldn't go in far enough is because of this. It's got to go that way. Let's see. Oh, son of a bitch. Okay. So it does have to be oriented correctly. Does have to be oriented correctly. So what I'm going to do is just edit out that last attempt. I'm taking the stupid Band-Aid off. My thumb was just kind of gross. I cut it a bunch of times. I'm just going to edit out that last attempt and make it seem like I know what I'm doing. What? Oh, gosh. Yeah, I'm going to have to edit this thing. So we're learning this together. So what I could do, like some YouTubers... And maybe I should. Some YouTubers would completely disassemble this, put it back together, so they knew exactly what to do, and then they would do like a real tutorial video, right? Where, you know, people get the impression like they know what they're doing and they're not bumbling around and things like that. That is an option. Maybe I should take that option. I tend to do more of the hang out with me, watch me struggle like you would, and then so you don't have to kind of thing. But, all right, let's see. Okay, so this time we're going to do it right. If I can remember how to do it right. All right, let's start with this. Got to put this on. Orient this the correct way. This is a pretty tight fit, as you can see. Now it seemed like this has to go this way. Wait. Okay, now I'm confused. This doesn't spin. This has a lot going on. Let's try this. Okay, is that... Okay, now we're all the way in. You can't really see it, but we are... all the way in. So now we have that. Now we have that. Put this in. Put this in. And where is... Oh, it's on this. I should have cleaned that better. And then... Oh, crap. This goes up. Okay. So now this D-ring thing goes up, right? Is that, no, that's not all the way in. Okay, now we're all the way in. Now we can put this on. Screw this on. And we have the same goddamn... Okay, there we go. Okay, easy peasy. I mean, like, yeah, anybody can do this. I mean, how easy is that? It's really not hard, but you do have to know all the little steps, and you've got to know all the little pieces. So this button has to go this way, or else it will not go all the way in. And then this has one of the D-ring that I like the D-ring setup, the captured pivot setup, but this has the worst version of that where the part that's captured is on the opposite side that you have to put it in, and makes it a little trickier. So got to keep that in mind. Everything else though, man, like, you know, 20 minutes. I could probably do it again in like 5. But all right, guys, comment down below. What do you think? I don't know. This was supposed to be me showing like how sometimes things aren't as hard as they seem to be, but apparently that's not the case here. This was kind of tricky, especially when you're coming in blind. But if you watch this whole video and you need to take one of these apart, it's going to go pretty easy for you. All right, guys, I'm out. Talk to you later.